Sean, let me ask you this. What's the worst decision you've ever made?
I think it was organising that surprise birthday party for the horse. That was a big mistake. They do not like surprises. The cake, the streamers, the poppers, everything. Surprise! A balloons. Went mental. I don't even like horses. I don't know why I did it. It's either that or the time I misjudged the street food boom. You know the street food?
Oh, yeah, the street food.
And I rolled out my fleet of cottage cheese vans. They were all thatched. The vans were thatched. And I thought it was a good idea. It was cottage cheese cottage.
I see what you've done there. It's very good. It's clever. Here's 2 fun facts about Rachel. 1, she's never missed a day of work, and 2, she's never worked a day in her life. If you could trade brains with any one of our contestants, who would it be, Rachel?
That's easy. The less you know, the better you sleep. Rob Beckett.
Yes!
He looks happy.
I am a happy man.
He does look happy, but if you had those teeth, you look happy. Rachel is so much more than just the person who does the numbers on Countdown. She also does the letters. Susie's written 14 books, Rachel.
Yep.
Now, if you were to write a book, what would it be about?
I would actually love to write a book because I love it when maths is used in real life. So you can take anything that people enjoy already, whether it's football or dancing or comedy, and turn it into a maths book. So if I was going to make a comedy maths question, I would say if 60% of Jimmy Carr's jokes are funny and 10% of the audience walk out when he does a gig, how many more shows does he have to do until he's paid back the tax man?
Sean, you are, without question, a very, very beautiful man. If you were in a beauty pageant, what would your special talent be, Sean?
That old chestnut. Well, obviously, the swimsuit section, the ability to hide my testicles would be a great skill.
How do you...
Well, I don't actually go in for beauty pageants.
What?
It's a question, isn't it?
And you said your ability to hide your testicles...
Would be,
but you don't hide your
skill.
testicles.
No, but I'm going to
Well,
continue.
be careful. If they're out and about, they might knock over a welly.
Yeah.
Do you mean that you'd hide them within your own person, or like a squirrel, you'd put them in a tree and maybe one in a hedge for winter?
I don't think I'd get myself into this situation. Getting back to your question, beauty pageants. I'm actually trying to bring it back, the beauty pageant.
Really?
Yeah, because there's a lot of opposition to it, but I'm going to do it on the radio. I think people will accept that.
It's a very good idea.
But still have the swimsuit bit on the radio.
Also, sometimes it's nice when you're talking about the swimsuit bit not to do that. Involuntary, were you in the swimsuit bit, you know? Rob, you're the father of 2. How has having kids affected you?
I've put on a bit of weight because we've been having takeaways and not doing as much exercise. I noticed that, so I went to the gym to sort it out, and I had the induction, and the guy said to me, "What is it you want to achieve?" And I said to him, "Look, I'll be honest, mate, I just want to be able to drive over a speed bump without my tits jiggling."
How old are your kids now?
Got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. I try to have rules with them, like no eating on the sofa, but they don't listen. So what I do is I just change the rules and go, "Yeah, you can eat on the sofa." So I sort of still have control in a way. But what I've learned is a great tip is don't get too het up on rules. Be willing to change them, or you do get undermined quite a lot.
OK. Susie Dent's books are the perfect gift for anyone that likes reading. Amazon's returns policy. Susie, I hear you might be doing a tour this year. What is the Susie Dent tour? What will it involve?
Well, Susie Dent tour is like a Jimmy Carr tour, but it's about £20 cheaper.
Go on, so you're on tour. Go on, tell me.
Well, basically, I just talk for an hour and then I will answer people's queries.
So what's the most common question you get asked, then?
don't know if this... I have been asked this twice this year already, which is quite a common question, and that is... One of them was from quite an elderly lady, and she said, what does the G stand for in G-spot?
What does it stand for?
It stands for a guy called, I think it's Greifenberg, who was the lucky guy who found it.
It's interesting because, do you know...
Because you've written a book about this, haven't you?
There's a woman called Beverly Whipple who actually discovered it and didn't want it named after her. It was going to be called Whipple's Tickle, and she didn't want her name used on it. And there's no part of the vagina that's named after a person that isn't named after a man.
Yeah.
Whipple's a much better name.
Yeah.
I've got another good vagina fact.
Yeah. This show just got excellent.
Apparently, the G-spot isn't actually a real thing, but the clitoris is like 10 centimetres long.
Wow, OK.
And isn't it true it was originally called the clitoris?
After the guy that found it.
The guy called Chris who found it first.
I was actually in lower six with him. Yeah, he's a good bloke. Sean, how do you amuse yourself when you're bored?
Well, Jimmy, I've recently taken up... I've embraced shoplifting. I find shoplifting, it's rewarding, of course. I've realised that since the, drastic funding cuts, there's really no consequences. And you can just, go and do it. And people are going, yeah, cool. It's like Holland, but with shoplifting. Yes, you come and take our stuff. Sure, it's no problem. It's just things after all, Come and take our things and then you take them home.
It's nice. I can feel our studio audience, I think, are being sort of slightly old-fashioned about this. I think maybe they're thinking that...
Well, a lot of people think that you should pay for things in shops, which is... Yeah, that's cool, if that's what you're into.
Johnny, what's the best thing about being on a team with Sean?
He always keeps me to time. Always, I can feel his eyes burning into me. Other than that, he's very intelligent. He hides. What he does, he acts like he's annoyed with life and he just wants to get on and he's angry with, lots of feathered things. You like to hurt pigeons and stuff. But
I'll give you 30 seconds to finish
he agrees
this.
with me.
30 seconds to finish, the clock's ticking.
But that all belies the fact that inside he's got this creativity that he's almost embarrassed about. It's like a working-class shame.
15 seconds he did that in, that's a miracle.